125 miles from the Spanish coast and just under 200 from the coast of North Africa, Majorca is the largest of the Balearic Islands that include Ibiza, Menorca, Formentera, and many smaller outcrops. With a Mediterranean climate and a landscape rich in sand beaches, as well as spectacular cliffs and coves, it's no wonder that Majorca has the highest per capita income of Spain due to tourism alone. Majorca was already inhabited in prehistoric times, with the latest dating techniques suggesting Neolithic inhabitants around 3000 BC. In fact, the coastline is dotted with large megalithic constructions known for being the earliest distinctive ruins of mankind in all of Europe. Because of its location, Majorca later became an important commercial port for many of the civilizations in the Mediterranean, first for the Phoenicians and the Greeks, and later for the Carthaginian traders. From 123 BC and until the 5th century, Majorca was occupied by the Romans, who built roads and cities and introduced religion. Majorca was eventually occupied in 1229 by the Crown of Aragon to protect its major naval trade routes. Now Majorca enjoys its own autonomy status, with the co-official languages of the islands being Spanish and Majorcan, the local variant of Catalan. Steeped in history, the island has many attractions for its visitors, such as its cathedral, called La Seu, one of the world's largest Catholic cathedrals. Legend has it that King James I was caught at sea in a wild storm in 1229, and he prayed for salvation, promising to build the most beautiful church ever seen if he survived. It was a vow that was to take an inordinate amount of time to fulfill, begun in 1230 and finished in 1601. Next to the cathedral, on the site of an old Muslim fortress, is the Almudaina, a 13th century palace which was the seat of the independent kingdom of Majorca. Nowadays, the beautiful Almudaina is used as the king's official residence for ceremonies during the summer. Nearby is Palma de Majorca's Guildhall, La Llotja, built in 1426. It is one of the most beautiful civil Gothic buildings on the whole island, and a symbol of the economic strength of the island in the medieval era. And situated high above the city of Palma is the impressively moated Belver Castle. Dating to the 14th century, it has an unusual circular plan unique for the period, and it served as royal residence, fortress, and eventually as a military prison. The castle now houses the Museo de Majorca. This museum is believed to be the best museum on the Balearic Islands and contains prehistoric teleotic artifacts, Moorish ceramics, and medieval and Baroque paintings. Just outside of the main city of Palma is the Charter House of Valldemosa, a Carthusian monastery inhabited by monks from 1399 to 1835. Later expropriated and available for rent, individual rooms were once homes to the French novelist George Sand and Polish composer Chopin. In fact, Chopin in just 3 months completed over 30 masterpieces while in residence. But Majorca is not only known for its architectural impressions and artistic residencies. The landscape itself is stunning, with mountains dropping abruptly into the sea and spectacular cliffs and coves that characterize the coastline. The island has a variety of caves both above and below sea level, including the caves of Campanet and Drac. From below sea level to high above the coastline, the landscape is a stunning tapestry of sea, land, and agriculture. The island is covered with over 4 million almond and olive trees, whose fruits form an important part of the local cuisine. Among the other foods considered distinctly Majorcan are sobrasada and arroz brut, a version of paella which is generally saffron rice cooked with chicken, pork, and vegetables. Another local dish called tombet combines layers of sliced potatoes, eggplants, and red bell peppers, topped with tomato fried with garlic and presented in a way that makes it look like a pie without a crust. And for sweet lovers, probably the single most emblematic product of Majorca is the ensaimada, a sugar-dusted light pastry. From its superb beaches and rustic hillside towns to the great food and amazing weather, Majorca proves itself to be an island full of history and life that you can easily enjoy with just a quick trip from Barcelona.